What's going on, guys? It's Tyler St. Ange back with another video. This video is going to be the pros and the cons of dealing with on-market properties as a wholesaler. I just dropped the video about off-market properties, and now this is the on-market properties. But before we get into the video, like always, make sure you go show your support to me by subscribing, hitting that notification bell so you get a notification every single time I drop a video. Make sure you like this video immediately and then continue watching this video. Let's just get right into it. We're gonna start off with the pros. Number one, you don't have to cold call a billion people if you're focusing on market properties. You literally just go to Redfin, you go type in a city, type in your criteria, and boom, there's a list of realtors that you can now call to be able to get a deal. What you need to specifically do as a wholesaler is whenever you go there, you're gonna look for the listing agent's name. You're gonna go to Google, you're gonna type in that person's name along with their realtor business or whoever they work for, and you're gonna get their phone number. Immediately, you're gonna call that person, and you're gonna tell them that you are an unrepresented buyer and that you want them to represent you as a buyer's agent. What this does is get them, instead of 3% commission as being only the seller's agent, it gives them 6% because now they represent that seller that you're calling about the listing, and they're also gonna represent you as the buyer, giving them full 6%. And that's gonna give you a little bit more in to be able to make a deal. So you can make a lower offer than someone who's using a buyer's agent versus you using them, because they're gonna make more commission off you, so they're gonna be leaning towards you. But don't rely on that solely, because a lot of people know that routine of being able to, tell them, hey, can you represent me? A lot of people do that. So it's not gonna set you that much apart from the crowd. It's only gonna separate you from the retail buyers. Other investors know that trick, so don't think that's the godsend golden ticket, but don't think that. But anyways, moving on to number two, you don't have to write out a purchase sale agreement, and you don't have to worry about getting a cancellation contract, because the realtor does that. They write out your contract, and if you have to cancel within your 10-day inspection period, they'll send you a cancellation contract. Super easy. You don't have to get on Google or try to find free contracts that make sense to you, nothing like that. So it's all done for you. Number three, it is great if it's a buyer's market. Like I said in my off-market video, off-market pros versus con. I am going to make a full-on detailed video on what the difference is between a buyer's market and a seller's market. But as far as on-market properties, this is perfect for a buyer's market situation. And what I mean by that is because in a buyer's market, there's gonna be a ton of houses on the MLS, and they're all gonna be selling for super cheap, which means you have to get them cheaper than what they actually are already to be able to give them to an investor. But there's a lot of them on there. You don't have to do as much cold calling. Right now is not ideal to do on-market properties because we are in a seller's market. There's not enough properties on the MLS to where you can compete with retail buyers who are paying 20 to 30% more than what they're actually worth. So at this time in April of 2021, I wouldn't be recommending doing on-market properties, but that's just me. Moving on to the cons of on-market properties. You cannot talk directly to the seller. You can't, and it fucking sucks. And it's like, you gotta talk to a person, a middleman, before talking to there, and you can only guess the complications there. The agent has their own intentions, and they're not going to completely wanna side with whatever you're gonna offer them sometimes. The agent doesn't like you for whatever reason, and so they're really undervaluing what you're offering to the seller to make the seller discouraged with going with your offer. Blah, blah, blah. It's just a third person, and it sucks sometimes. Sometimes the agent's fully on your side. They're cool. They don't care. They're unemotional in the deal. They just want it gone, and they'll work with you. Sometimes they have their own intentions, and you just have to deal with that. That's a complication with doing on-market properties. Number two, high earnest money deposit. You're gonna be putting at least $500 down in earnest money. So if you don't have $500 to $2,000 to put down in earnest money, on-market properties are not even gonna be an option for you until you get some money saved up. So that fucking sucks. Three, unusable in a seller's market. I said this in my off-market video, but on-market properties are terrible in a seller's market because there's just not enough listings and people are paying 10, 20, 30% above retail. So don't do it in a seller's market. Another con, super competitive if it's on market. You have to have your notifications set and ready for it to drop onto the MLS, because immediately it's hunting season. As soon as it comes up on market, investors are gonna be putting in their offers, retail buyers are gonna be putting in their offers. So you just gotta be ready because it's super competitive. Everyone can see it. And the last con, which is a really big con, is that real estate agents, this is the common thing. There's two common things with real estate agents. They don't know what wholesaling is, so don't explain it to them or they're not gonna like you. Or B, they've already made up their mind and don't like wholesalers. And it is what it is. So it's like, you kind of have to be dishonest to some real estate agents that you feel like wouldn't like a wholesaler. And that kind of sucks. It's a fine line of being dishonest, because you're not saying that you're not a wholesaler, but you're not full on saying that you're wholesaling the deal. 9 times out of 10, some wholesalers are full on transparent, but I just don't get it. I honestly would just do off-market properties, in my opinion. It's not worth the hassle of either having to choose to lie to the agent, or B, telling them the truth and then them telling you that they won't do a deal with you because you're a wholesaler. It's like, you just got to pick your poison. Either risk them telling you to fuck off, or B, risk lying to them and having a bad connection later on in the future. It is what it is, and then that's your own prerogative of what you're going to do. I can't tell you what to do, obviously. But anyways, I hope you found some of this informational. I think it was highly informational, and I think everyone needs to know this before trying to jump into wholesaling, to see if it's even something that you want to do at all. But anyways, like always, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, like this video, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, support me on all those platforms, and like always, have a good day. Hope to see you in the next video. Peace.